Howdy guys, it's Joe here, and today I'm going to tell you guys 5 reasons why you still suck at Overwatch. Now of course I'm not calling anyone bad, but if you're watching the video and you want to improve, then take these tips as well as you can possibly do. As well with this, I am down in Diamond because one of the first tips I should give, you shouldn't stop playing the game for a while when you're up in Masters, or else you get elo DECAY. I got like 200 or more, but you know, whatever. With that said, don't do that, and let's get straight onto the things that I feel like you really could improve yourself upon. Now, the first thing that I feel like you could especially improve yourself upon is simply playing the game a lot more. Now, I know that this is kind of like a cop-out answer. It's the easiest thing to say, but honestly, that's the easiest way to improve, and that's really the only way to massively improve yourself. Now, you can learn how to improve yourself from guides, from videos like this, from really anything, written guides on Reddit, whatever. But to actually improve your mechanics, improve your game knowledge, to improve your situational awareness, you gotta put yourself in the gamer seat and you gotta get your matches done. Now, I feel like a big problem that a lot of people have, and that you might have for yourself, is the fact that you don't really play the game way too often, but you expect that you should be climbing. I know not everyone does this, but some people do seem to do this. They play the game just for a while, and they're like, you know what, why am I not climbing? And then when they have that, it leads to the fact that they're like, you know, I'll never climb. They stop playing, they stop climbing, and it's an unending cycle of doom. Now, to the second thing that I'd like to talk to you guys about is the fact that a lot of you guys care simply too much about your SR, what rank you appear to be at the time. Now, I feel like this might just happen because, you know, people tease you about it, people talk to you about it, or maybe you just want it to be higher so that you can feel a little bit more proud about yourself. But let me tell you guys straight up, your SR doesn't matter at all. Now, I can say this because I've played on my Smurf, my friend has played on the Smurf. We've gone from like bronze and silver all the way up to diamond. And our SRs went up, they went down. But what you have to realize is that you shouldn't really care where your SR is right now, because that's not the thing that really matters. The only thing that really matters is your player skill level. Eventually, after enough games, your player skill level will boost your SR. I feel like what a lot of people have problems with is that they think that, you know, my SR is going down, I'm kind of screwed, there's nothing I can do, and they just stop playing. And when you do that, it leads to you not having any practice, so your player skill level stays down as well. And again, it's kind of one of those never-ending cycles. How you can break it, though, is just simply don't care quite as much about your SR. That being said, still care about your matches, still try your best, but realize that if you lose 100, 200 SR, you can always gain that back. And from the 200 SR, you know, that you lost, you gained experiences that you can apply to your future games. I know it's really hard. I know that you do want to go up as fast as you can right now, but please just realize that SR honestly really isn't that important, and think more about yourself than the little number that is supposed to represent you. Now, the third thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the fact that you don't communicate with your team. Now, I can blame myself about this, I can blame my teammates about this, you can blame anyone really about this. Either that you don't type at all, that you don't formulate any strategies, and that you just don't get a good, you know, teamwork communication going around. But honestly, just try to blame yourself so that you can kind of guilt yourself into talking with your team, making them talk. I'd say always say something at the beginning of the game. Just try to do your best to get people talking, as that's really the best thing to do. This is a team game, very obvious from there. Now, a thing that I'd like to go about, though, that's a little bit deeper than I usually talk about, is the fact that when you are communicating with your team, try to not do any worthless chatter. Now, this can go from, you know, being like, soldier, nice shot. Like, I guess that's kind of nice, kind of boosting your morale, but it really doesn't matter way too much. It would be much better to say, soldier, that was great, now try to focus on this guy. That's like a good, better, and best situation. You'll want to do the best you possibly can. As well with this, I feel like there's a lot of times where, especially myself personally, I'll be like, okay guys, what are y'all doing? It's just kind of worthless chatter. If instead I was like, okay guys, what are you doing? Let's think about our team comp, what characters you guys like to play. That would be a good effective use of my name, you know, my voice, all that stuff, but a lot of people don't do that. A lot of times you say nothing or you say worthless crap. Well, if you can, just happen to make yourself say useful information, you know, spread the information, it'll just make you a much better asset to your team. If your team is getting a lot of information from you, they'll know more stuff, they'll know more callouts, and you probably should win a few more games just simply from that. Not even improving your mechanical skill, just improving your communication skill with your team. As well with this, sometimes people say that they don't have mics. Tell them to please join the voice chat anyway, and talk to them instead of with them. If you can at least give out your own information to other people, that's a lot better than simply nobody talking. So if you can't do that, try that as well. As for another reason why I feel like quite a bit of people still kind of suck at this game is the fact that they autopilot most of their games. Now, let me give you like the best analogy I can kind of think about with this. Imagine you're playing a game like Smash Brothers, Call of Duty, really whatever, and you are playing with a bot and a human teammate. What one would you rather have for the most part? What one can think more? What one can make better actions? I can communicate more? You're gonna say the human teammate. It's a pretty obvious thing, you know, for the most part. Now, on the same hand, kind of think about that as yourself. If you were a bot or a human, and that's kind of how this correlates. Are you a player that autopilots the majority of your games, or are you a player that happens to actually try all your games? Think about what you're doing and think about all your actions and talk about it with your team. Now, with this said, some people can autopilot very well. You know, you could be a hard computer that's autopiloting compared to the majority of people that are like medium or low. But that's still worse than if you were just like the average player that's talking to their team, that's trying to, you know, do the best that they can, that's thinking about every mistake that they're doing and trying to improve. You just want to think about it. Just think, and that's the main thing that can help you do a lot better. And just don't try to automatically play the game. Don't be a computer, be a player, as that's what the heck you are. And the final thing that I want to tell you guys is that you should stop not believing in yourself and not believing in your character that you play, and thinking that either you can't carry or your character can't carry. Now, I don't know where this comes from, but I feel like a lot of people that I talk to when they're at, you know, below platinum, below diamond, they just simply say, I can't carry and I will never be able to. Why is that? The majority of people had to start somewhere. Maybe they started, you know, diamond in this game, but before they played Call of Duty, before they played Battlefront, before they played CSGO, before they played some other game that made them improve. Everyone has to start somewhere, and everyone starts bad. As well with this, everyone gets better, and everyone can get better at the game. Now, of course, some people have more of a natural knack for the game, but everyone, I'd say, could get diamond, pretty much. So, just think to yourself, I can do it, and my character can do it as well. I don't know exactly why this is, but for some reason, you guys just happen to think that you're too bad. And I feel like a lot of people undercredit themselves about how good they could be. Just because someone does some plays that seem very, very hard on paper, doesn't mean that you can't do them yourself if you put in enough time and work. I feel like especially in this game, you know, you see this Widowmaker that's doing amazing flick shots, getting kills all over the place, and you're like, you know what, I'd never be able to do that. You can. If you put in the time, and if you look at what they're doing and try to emulate that, I'd say really you can do whatever the heck they're doing. It might take a lot of work, but you can do it. And as well with this, I'm not going to let you guys off the hook of the people that say, my character cannot carry. My character cannot let me win. I'm stuck in this rank because of the character that I like to play. I'd say that's just complete BS. We have Hanzos in Master and Grandmaster. We have top 500 Mercies. We have Torbs all over the place. We have Symmetras. We have like every character in every rank, so no character is holding you down. Now, of course, some characters are easier to play, some characters will carry you faster, but if you're playing a person because you like them, you can get to any rank that you want to. It's up to you. Nothing's really holding you back, and just remember that. I feel like that's one of the big reasons why you suck. You don't believe in yourself, or you think that your character is just trash. In either case, it's not. Just stop thinking that, open your eyes, and you'll really start to play a lot better, and do a lot better, and kind of have some more confidence in your gameplay, which is all important. And yeah, I'd say those are the main big 5. Now here are a few small extra ones that you can also kind of help yourself with if you are feeling a bit bad. The first one is to make sure that, of course, you're spamming a lot of time in the game, but as well that you're looking at what you're doing wrong and writing it down and then trying to help yourself through that. You know, learning exactly what you're doing wrong and improving through that. Another thing to say is that you are simply playing way too many characters. Now this is a very simple tip, but I feel like a lot of people have a big problem with this. Of course, there's a huge amount of people in this game, a variety of a cast, and people want to try out every character. They want to play everyone, they want to switch about, but if you want to win more games, and if you want to improve, don't. A really cool thing about games like this is that you can put some time into one character, maybe 2 characters, and then it'll kind of transfer over to everyone else. For myself, I put a lot of time into Zarya, a lot of time into people like McCree and Soldier, and now I can play pretty much everyone in the game. Really, you're helping yourself by playing 1 or 2 characters, because then later on you can play as many characters as you want. So kind of think about it like that, and then yeah, that kind of makes you feel a little better. thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to hit it up with a like. Comment down below what you learned and what you're thinking about right now. And as well, if you feel like this video did help you at all in improving yourself, or really kind of, you know, congregate some of those ideas about what you should maybe do in the future. Now, as far as a final tip that I'm going to give you guys, simply don't do what happens in the clip that's going to play after this. Before we get to that clip, hit that sub button if you do want to see more future videos. But yeah, don't rage, don't get angry at your teammates, stay calm, don't do what just happens.
Oh, cry a little bit more.
And you got picked by Roadhog, like.
Oh, come on, do more, come on.
Do more.
Come on, man. PPS and little motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
Someone's mad.
Yeah, I made you lose LP, man.
Yeah, you did. It's no big deal. It's just a little bit of SR. I was just saying the reason we lost was you.
Nah, it wasn't.
It was. You got picked over and over. Yeah, by Roadhog as Genji. You're not good at Genji.